Just all right,
sorry,
yes,
but
go ahead,
I, of course, will come back to the studio, but we understand that our correspondent, Ni, who is at Ojota at the moment, has an update for us. So let's get it. Ni, what's the update now?
Just let's have a feel of what the update is about. I would like to start from the T-shirt you're wearing. Day one, day two, we didn't see much of this kind of coordination in terms of the T-shirt, in terms of what is representing different colors. Now it's beginning to take shape. And I do understand when you were up there, you were mentioning something about strategy. What is this strategy you're going to employ?
Well, it's becoming obvious to us that this struggle is going to be a long one. And that is because it's day 3 now, and it's very obvious that neither the president of the country nor his governors are prepared to even try and give the impression that they have heard Nigerians, let alone that they want to begin to meet our demands. So from that point of view, we are beginning to discuss how long this struggle will take us and how we have to ensure that we begin to put, forward stable and formal structures, democratic structures for our movement. For instance, we are starting to set up, welfare committees to take care of other aspects, while we also are beginning to discuss strategies as to how to ensure that the struggle goes on for as long as it will take. And by this weekend, we are going to be ensuring that we also see how we unify the movement across the country. But this is a nationwide movement. It cannot become a one-state movement or a few-state movement. But we understand that in certain places, especially in the north, our brothers and sisters were visited with heavy crackdown by the army and the police on the first and the second day. And we are going to respond to that, because an injury to one is an injury to all. The Nigerian police do not think that they have the right to kill people in the north, and those of us in the south will not respond. These are some of the issues that we are going to resolve on over the next couple of days, and we are then going to announce to the media about what we are going to do. But let no one have any doubt that we are simply just going to shout for a few days, and then we are going to forget about this struggle. We are going to ensure that for as long as you take, all of the questions we are asking in the government about fuel price hike, about electricity tariff, about lack of jobs, about lack of a minimum wage, about lack of access to public education and healthcare, about the looting of our treasury, and about a capitalist economic system that only works for a few instead of a mass majority. All of these questions, for as long as they go unanswered, the struggle of the Nigerian people shall continue. So this is what I can say for now.
I was going to ask you, and I see you already touched bases with this. Is it that the response of what happened in the north, because we know that Lagos was quite calm, and some of your people have even applauded the cooperation of the police from day one till now. Are we saying that the response or the incidents of what happened in the north is what is making you now take more steps, and we can see the crowd more agitated, we can see people more outspoken in Lagos? Is that a step?
Yeah, obviously, we are saddened by a report that just on the first day, 25 of our brothers and sisters across the country, especially in the north, were killed by the police. We are completely saddened by that, and that, in a way, has also contributed to our resolve to ensure that the struggle in Lagos continues, because that's the only way to ensure that the blood that has been shed, does not go to waste. So that's a part of it. But also here in Lagos, there are other factors that has made us even more resolved. And that's the fact that we have seen that despite our best effort to explain to the government and to the police that as much as we are prepared to be calm and peaceful, something which I think we have copiously demonstrated over the past couple of days, the police continues to say that we do not have a right to freedom of movement. They have accepted our rights in a way to freedom of assemblage, and we want that through a lot of efforts over the last 48 hours. But they continue, to disregard our right to peaceful movement. All of the arguments against this are completely unacceptable to us. The idea that there are thugs and miscreants who are going to kill us once we march on the street is not something we are going to accept, because we understand that the miscreants and the thugs have always been there. But when the government wants to do elections, INEC officials manages to go to all the nooks and crannies of this country including the most dangerous places they will set up the polling booths. And there's no record of INEC not doing that because they're afraid of miscreants. What the police have always done is to ensure that they provide security so that that democratic activity, which is an election, can take place. And that's to demonstrate that over the years, the Nigerian police itself have always insisted that the democracy that we claim to have will not be submitted to miscreants. We think that a protest is the highest form of democracy. Is the highest form of citizen participation in a government. That also deserves the utmost protection of the police against alleged miscreants or hoodlums. So what we expect the IGP to do and the CPI in Lagos, regardless of what the CP may have done that we have applauded, what we still expect him to do is to guarantee that we have that right. But if he does not, that means he himself is creating a basis for the state to have a problem that we do not want. Because we are not going on any day, at any hour, agree that we cannot march on the street. The roads that we're going to march on are constructed with taxpayers' money. We're not marching in anybody's backyard. So in a way, we're actually marching on public roads that is actually ours. How can a group of people go somewhere and say people don't have that right? We are not going to agree to that. So what we have said at our Congress, because today we try to move and the police insisted that we could not go, and we have respected that. But what we have said at the Congress today is that by Monday that movement is going to happen. We are going to assemble here by 7 a.m. and we are urging all Nigerian people, all the youth in Lagos, you must make it a date in history by 7 a.m. on Monday, August 5. We want all of us to mass up here, and we are going to take the street in an organized manner. Ahead of that, we are going to send notice to the CP. If he wants to meet with us or anything, we don't have any problem. But whatever discussions to do, what they are going to do to ensure that we have that match. But that we're not going to have that match, let them forget it. We are not slaves. I said that on the first day. Nigerians have never submitted to slavery. Even during the 300 transatlantic slavery, we fought. We are not going to submit to this servitude they are preparing for us.
Thank you very much. The freedom of assembly has been achieved, according to Soweto. They fought for it and they got it. Now the freedom of movement is what they are fighting for. And the date that has been set is August 5, Monday, 7 a.m., if I'm correct. And that is the D-Day. Over to you, Dapo.
All right, Nee, thank you so much for the update. And of course, we will keep tabs with you in due course.
Absolutely.